What is good, guys? Finally starting up here. Let me just make sure everything is working perfectly. Then we can finally get this underway. But here we're going to do a One Piece 859 sort of discussion or rant. I'm not sure what to call it, honestly. We'll get into that, though. First off, I want to get something out of the way. Let me just see one thing real fast. I think we are. That, though. Okay, we're good to go here. We're good to go. All right, but actually, we're not. All right, I think we should actually be good to go now. Had one issue before. All right, there we go. There we go. All right, so I was about to, before we got cut off there, get something out of the way first, which is that I'm mainly doing this stream right here. This stream that we're doing right now for One Piece for fan. I just want to test fan engagement here. I want to see kind of how many people are still watching my videos. Because I know that I've been making videos for a while now. I think it's been about 2 years or something like that. So a lot of people either don't really watch One Piece videos anymore who were subscribed to me, or simply aren't interested in my videos anymore. So I'm just trying to kind of see who's still interested in these videos, and kind of go from there. Just kind of work upwards from there. So gonna load the comments up real quick so we can see what people are saying here. Again, shout out to everyone watching this. I know a few people dropped in. I was streaming For Honor a few days ago, and I know a lot of people actually dropped in for that. So shout out to everyone who came. But all right, let's just get into the chapter. I don't really want to make this too long. This is sort of just going to be a short discussion video since, to be honest, the pacing has been great so far. I really love the pacing we've been getting, and what we've been seeing from the recent chapters. The most recent chapter, though, it's just a ton of anticipation and build-up. Let's be real, that has been like 90% of this arc, just build-up and backstory. That being said, it's a great arc. I really love this arc, but it's just the truth of the matter. So the three big players, since really all we have to look towards this point is the wedding itself. So the three big players we have: Capone, Bege, and Luffy, and of course Caesar Clown. These are honestly the only three people who really matter too much going into this next fight. Of course, we don't have anyone like Zoro, who's super OP. We have Sanji here, but let's face it, as far as actual fighting power, on the Alliance right now, we're really weak compared to Big Mom, and I think everyone in the room understands that. Capone makes it clear that if they actually do, fail to kill Big Mom, like pretty much instantly as soon as that happens, they're all dead. They have he said they have 0% chance of winning that. I think were his words. So let's touch a little bit on the Mother of Caramel thing, because I noticed that was touched upon like really briefly by Oda, the whole Mother of Caramel thing, how that's Big Mom's savior, and apparently she is still alive. So whoever that is, whoever this Mother of Caramel person is who ran away, and we don't know their identity, I think the first thing we really have, or really the only thing we have to think about this person, is they're probably really fucking strong. And it's a really strong person we haven't heard about. Because I know a lot of people in the One Piece fandom have been saying, like, they don't think they're going to be that many, like, really OP brand new characters introduced. And I think I've been saying this for years, that I think that there are going to be a ton of people that we haven't met yet that are going to be hella stronger than even Yonko level. And people aren't really quick to accept that, but I think this is kind of just a confirmation of that. We have Mother of Caramel. Whoever that is going to be insanely strong. That's all I'm going to really say about them right now. Because we don't really have too much else to go off of. So let's talk about the actual plan, right? So their actual plan is to break this picture frame of the mother of Caramel, and this is the only thing that Capone has ever seen hurt Big Mom at all. This this portrait. One time it was, I think it was like cracked or torn a little bit or something, and she just went ape shit like crazy. Not into like a berserker rage, but she was more just really, really. She was she was basically crying. She was basically throwing a fit. So Capone was like, "Look, this is the moment where we hit her with it." Now, what is it? What are they talking about? They're talking about Caesar made this poison. I don't remember what it's called off the top of my head, but it's supposed to be a really, really effective, strong poison. That zero point 0.6 grams of it is enough to kill a normal human or something like that. And they have three of them, and they're all 5 grams. So I think altogether it's 15 grams of whatever this poison is. And zero point 0.6 is enough to kill a normal human, right? So I honestly, as far as poison goes in One Piece, I don't like this plan. I really don't like the plan. I think if Big Mom dies to this plan, I would, again, I've said this before. Me and Matt were talking about this the other day. Mugiwara Matt B, shout out to him. But if Big Mom is actually killed by this poison, whatever it is, it would be the most bullshit thing ever to happen in One Piece. Period. Because think about it, Big Mom. I mean, first of all, poison as like a concept, it's a cool concept. But I've always said this: poison really doesn't work well in like fighting series and like battle series because it's sort of supposed to be this thing where as soon as it touches you or as soon as it hits you, you're fucking dead. The exception of that is maybe like the poison from Magellan, which takes a little while. But I think the only reason it took a while is because it was Luffy. I think on a normal person it would instantly kill them. But poison in general, anime and manga, is just like if anyone here reads Hunter x Hunter, poison's what they used to kill Meruem in the oh shit, spoilers for Hunter x Hunter, by the way. But poison's what they used to kill Meruem in the Chimera Ant arc, and I think that is the most cop out way to kill an OP character. I mean, you're basically saying fuck all fighting strength, fuck all abilities, fuck everything. Poison's what we're doing. Poison's what was used in fucking in Bleach to kill, spoilers, to kill Yuha, the final villain of Bleach. They used poison to kill him. It's just the most sickening plot device ever because of how OP just poison as a concept. What is the point of poison? It kills you. That's it. That's it. It just kills you. There's no nuance. There's no skill. There's nothing. But this is their plan. Sorry, to just hit Big Mom with this poison that's supposed to be enough to kill damn near like 20 people or some shit. But my problem with this strategy, even in the One Piece world, is Big Mom is not a normal human being. You're saying in your plan that your poison is supposed to be enough, zero point 0.6 to kill a normal human being. I'm pretty sure, just like off of fucking size and like body strength, whatever the fuck you want to call it alone, Big Mom's probably worth like fucking 1,000 normal human beings bodily. So I think even if you like inject, and it's Big Mom, she eats fucking everything. If you shoot Big Mom with poison, it's not going to do anything to her. I think there's no reason to believe it would. I don't care if she's fucking. It goes right into her mouth. I don't care if you shoot it like in her eye. It probably is not. The poison itself probably won't do anything. So that's my biggest problem with the plan. And I think the like most important thing we have to look at here also in the plan is the fact that when this fails, because I'm sure it's going to fail, either it fails or fuck One Piece, right? Well, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but assuming the plan actually fails, either one of two things is going to happen. Either A, there are way too many plot devices in this arc. I love this arc, by the way. There are way too many plot devices. There's either the mirror world to get Luffy and the crew at least out of there. So that's going to happen. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. They have to use mirror world to escape. That is 100%. So the other question is Capone going to die? And personally, I think it would make sense if he died. I don't want him to die though, and I'll tell you why. I think Capone has potential as like a villain going into the next few arcs. I think he has the potential to actually make like a really, really good villain too. Um, One second. I actually have to answer a phone call really fast. All right, never mind. But where was I even? Okay, yeah. So Capone as a villain in the future of One Piece. That's really what I wanted to touch on. So we have this character here that's set up as being this ruthless guy. No one who really normally, as we can tell, would have any sort of contract or relationship with Luffy. We can even tell. I see a little tension in this meeting. Obviously, that's the point. They're trying to make a lot of tension, and I don't think Oda would really make there this much tension in the meeting, even though it did have its funny moments. But I don't think he would, of course, also include Capone literally saying, I think Capone literally said at one point something along the lines of, as soon as we're off this island, or as soon as we get back to our ships after this, our alliance is over. It's done. I don't want anything more to do with you. He straight up said that. So we have to look at this now as Capone in the future is not going to be an ally at all. He, as far as I look at it, it's already pretty much been confirmed that he is going to be at least an antagonist of some sort going forward. Let me pull up the chat because I haven't been looking at the chat much. I have a few more things to go over though. I'm missing the plan is going backfire. Going to backfire. Yeah, the plan is going to backfire, I think. Like I just said. I think I think someone has to die. I think it would be the reason I'm saying this, I'm so torn because I know Capone has another role other than this right here going forward in the story. Uh, I wouldn't like it if he didn't, but I know that someone has to die here, and logically, it makes the most sense if Capone dies here, because it's his plan. He's the one who has been allied with Big Mom for a while, and has been orchestrating this whole thing, planning meticulously in the shadows. So I think it would be kind of weird if he didn't die. But at the same time, I know he has something else to do with the story coming up. So I'm not even sure. Maybe Big Mom's gonna take him captive. Maybe the plan is Capone is actually backstabbing Luffy. Probably not. Nah. Probably not. I'm not going to go that far. But definitely something is going on here with Capone, and I don't know uh, what it will be, to be completely honest. Capone is a noob tuber. That girl is poison. She's dangerous and poison. Are you talking about Pudding? Because Pudding is fucking poison for sure. I think either Pedro or Reiju will die. And Panda G thinks that Pedro will die. I agree. I think Pedro's gonna die, but okay, me and Matt were talking about this too the other day. So Oda could kill Pedro, right? Totally a possibility. But would anyone care? I don't think I would care at all if he killed Pedro. And I think the problem we're running into with One Piece is we need more meaningful deaths, right? I don't think it's really like that big of a problem. Obviously, we're approaching the later stage of the series. Let me rephrase that. I think that this in the series right now is where people are really going to start to die, and people are really going to start to get knocked off. So I'm not sure who it'll be, but the problem with Pedro is I'm not sure it matters if he dies. Like, who cares if Pedro dies? He's kind of already. I mean, he's been death flagged for a while. It would be more surprising if he lived at this point, you know? So I don't think there's really too much stock in Pedro's death. Reiju might die. I think people would care if she died, but I think there needs to be something else. We need something big from this arc, I think. I think we're getting a really, really nice arc, but what we need to solidify it being remembered as a great arc is a great ending to this arc. And I don't think a great ending is Pedro and Reiju die and everyone else escapes, right? I think a better ending is like maybe Capone dies, maybe not Capone, maybe I'm not. I obviously this isn't gonna happen because I don't think Oda wants to kill off anyone from the crew or anything right now. But maybe a crewmate dies. I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there. But we need something impactful. I think it'll probably be Lola's sister that'll die. Someone has to die for Straw Hats to escape to be really thrilling. Yeah, I agree. I agree. Lola's sister could work. Um, that could work. Reiju could work. Honestly, I don't think it has to be a crewmate. But I just want people to actually be hurt by this. I don't want like a flawless escape. I can understand not caring for Pedro dying. Oda could use it as an emphasis for Karis to join the Straw Hats. That's true. That's true. I don't see Carrot joining personally, but I have seen a lot of people saying that they think she will join, or she. I definitely think she could join. Whether or not she will, that's just Oda. I don't think he wants to go for. I think something we want to look at for the other Straw Hats, that if there are any introduced in the future, because there might be like one, maybe one, maybe two, is that I think at this point they need to be strong. That's the main thing, because here we're going into later arcs, and what we realize already from this arc is that the crew is weak as fuck. The crew is weak as fuck. Even with every single person fighting 100%, Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy, they can't even probably take down like someone that's admiral level. I don't know. I don't know at this point. They just seem really weak, and that's good for the story. I really, really like that for the story because it just makes it a lot more interesting. But let's face it, they need someone. Even I'm not a big fan of the idea of Jinbei joining the crew. I'm not a big Jinbei fan, but Jinbei joining would at least add some firepower, which is what they need more than anything else right now. They don't need anyone. I think they need someone at least as strong as Sanji, if not stronger. Let me put it that way. But all right, let me go back into the chapter. Enough of the comments for now. I'm going to read a few more comments in a few minutes. Um, Everyone watching, if you're enjoying, go ahead and like the video so we can get more people in here. Always nice to have more people, more comments going around. So let's talk about one of the wild cards that we haven't really touched on yet, which is the Vinsmokes, right? So what are they going to be doing this whole time? Because we've kind of been, or at least I've kind of been, not looking at this more of as a fight than as Capone's like attempt to just cheese Big Mom, just hit her with the noob tube. Like someone in the comments said it was like Capone's noob tube. That's basically what it is. But this will turn into a fight. Let's make no mistake. At least for a few seconds, this will be a big fight. So we have to look at the Vinsmokes as an asset here because they actually can fight. So we're going to get to see them probably going all out here. This arc, I think that has to happen. And I'm actually not. I don't want to talk too much about the Vinsmokes. And the only reason why I don't want to touch too much on them, though, as far as like what they can do, is because we really have no idea how strong they are. We know like relative to Sanji, they're stronger. That's pretty much all we know. So they probably have some really really nice technology that can help them fight. And other than their fighting power, though, them as just like a family in this situation, whether or not they have this under control, I'm personally not a big fan of thinking that the Vinsmokes know what's going on here, but a lot of people do, and I'm guessing mainly the reason why people think the Vinsmokes know the plan is because of how smart they're said to be. Judge worked with Vegapunk, all of that. And you might be thinking like, a guy like Judge probably, sees this coming a mile away, this whole Big Mom conspiracy thing and her planning to kill them at the wedding. Personally, I think it would be more exciting if they didn't know and they sort of found out there and sort of see their reaction. But I just want to say this now. If they do know, I wouldn't be able to see the wedding unfolding as we know it. I don't know why people would think that the Vinsmokes know and would knowingly put themselves in the wedding to be fucked with. You'd think they would take care of it before that, or just leave Whole Cake Island completely by now, but I don't know. I guess we'll see. We'll see next chapter. And one more thing I want to touch on is the way I see Oda's writing going right now. I'm not liking some of the things. I'm liking some, but I'm not liking some. If you're approaching a Yonko, I'm mainly going to be talking about like Capone's poison a little more. If you're approaching a Yonko, I understand that you want to have the strategy that gives you the highest chance of success. But again, from a writing standpoint, I don't know why we would want to use the poison plot device, and I think it will end up maybe complicating things, especially if this works. Because if this does work on Big Mom, then that potentially means that the Yonko fights are not really going to be fights. They're more going to be, or they could more be just taking them down through whatever means necessary, which some people prefer fights, some people prefer seeing like, strategy and shit like that. Personally, though, I don't think poison is like a strategical thing. I think it's just cheesy as all hell. I get the feeling Luffy's entrance is going to be him jumping out of the cake. Sort of like a stripper, okay. I mean, fuck it. That would be funny. That would be funny. I just don't know how he would get in the cake, unless he found a way to make the guy bake him into the cake. Which, I don't know. So, I think that's pretty much it as far as, like, things that actually happen in the chapter. I don't want to see Oda going the route of saying like, okay, we're going to have to poison Big Mom and then fucking kill Kaido while he's sleeping. I don't want that kind of shit to happen. I want these to be nice, clean, like, fights. And as it stands right now, I love this arc again, but I would rather Oda not get himself out of this situation in a way that would make me rethink how the rest of the series is going to play out. Because that looks like what might be going on. That might be what's going on right now. He'd eat a hole in it. I mean, if he eats a hole in the cake, wouldn't Big Mom see the hole and then she would just be like, what the fuck is a hole in my cake? She would probably get mad at that moment and just fucking kill her and go into a rage. But we all know, I mean, how this is probably going to go down is, I mean, does Capone even know that the Tamate Baco box is going to fucking explode? Because if Capone doesn't know, then that's another element of the plan that this man didn't even think about. What if before they fuck with the picture, the box blows up, and instead of like doing the crying thing like they think, she instead goes on in her berserker rage mode. That is probably going to be what's going to happen. But it feels like if they take Big Mom down, it feels like such a letdown. Exactly. I mean, fuck. You could have not made them, or Oda could have not made them have to come to this point where it's either take Big Mom down or get fucked and everyone dies, but this is the situation we kind of want to be in, I guess. But I'm just hoping. My problem with this, I love the arc, but my main problem with it is, again, the fact that there are way too many plot devices in this arc. And there are way too many ways that it could end without it being remembered as a great arc, which I think it's going to be amazing. I trust Oda to write this well. Obviously, he knows what he's doing. It's his story. But again, I see a few ways this could go, potentially, that could end pretty bad. Involving the mirror world, involving them actually killing Big Mom with the poison, involving them actually killing Big Mom without the poison. I don't even want that to happen, because that just means they outfought her, which is fucking impossible, like Capone said. So, again, man, this is just so much fucking build-up. And I bet what's going to happen, right, is we're going to get to the wedding, and none of this shit's going to happen. None of it. We're going to get there, and it's just going to be like Big Mom immediately just starts fucking beating people's ass. Like, it's just going to be some weird shit. Or maybe, because Brûlé was trying to warn Big Mom. And I know how Oda writes. he might just be trying to throw us off with all of this shit right here, with all this planning and all this bullshit. Because honestly, does it seem like the plan's gonna work? In my opinion, fuck no. Fuck no. Not a chance. Berserker Rage mode makes more sense. It might take down her allies, her family, and trying to fend her off. Yeah, I mean, I guess Big Mom could kill like her own commanders in her Berserker Rage, and that could make it easier for them to win. I guess that makes technically it makes sense, but still at the same time, I want to see fights. I want to see fights. That's what it comes down to. I want to see fucking commanders fighting. Like I want to see Capone fighting. I want to see Luffy fighting. I want to see Sanji fighting. I want to see Big Mom beat some ass. I want to see Big Mom kill like 5 people. I want to see her like fucking look at Chopper, bitch slap him. He goes like Monster Point. She just rips out his fucking soul. I want to see that shit. Like that's what I want to see. It's not gonna happen, but okay, maybe not Chopper, but anyways, I think we might call it a stream there. Been going for like 28 minutes. I had like some kind of pause at the start. Let me just say one more time before I end off. Mainly doing this to just engage with you guys, talk a little bit with you guys about the chapter, see what you guys thought about it. Like the video if you liked it. Subscribe, of course. I'm going to try to be doing these more regularly, of course, but again, I'm just trying to see how many of you guys are still watching these, are still interested in these going forward, and based on that, I'll make more videos. Do you think Bobbin's Devil Fruit ability will calm her down, or can calm her down? I actually didn't even think of that. I think that is possible, because there has to be something that'll calm her down. It can't be like she just rages until she wakes up. There has to be something that they know will like completely end the rage at some point. But I have no idea. I guess that could be something possible going forward. Definitely wouldn't rule it out. Still looking gay as ever. Ironic Mo. Oh my god, what is up? That is an old name. I've known this guy since I started my channel, probably. Shit, what's up, bro? But yeah, I might be calling it a stream here. Again, like, comment, subscribe. Zaldin Pounds here. See you guys in the next video.